Hello everyone, we are live with another Top 32 game from Season 12. Today I have RichMid Gaming versus TGLord. Rich, on the red side, is playing a... What am I seeing here? I'm seeing a Winter Guardless, that's really cool. And he's playing with Ulik and Zemo and Angela and Bucky, the new character from the new core set. And I don't know too much about Winter Guard, so this will be a lot of fun. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy on TGLord's side. He's playing with Crimson Dynamo and Ghost Rider, and of course he's brought Cosmic Ghost Rider as well, a staple in nearly every top cut list this season. But these guys are going to start in a second. Today, joining me on commentary is Jiverson. How's it going, man?
Hey, doing well. Still recovering from our pretty deadly battle with CGRs on Tuesday.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It was just like lots of high rolls. I think both our CGRs rolled like above curve. It felt like it at least. So
Oh,
it
it
was,
sure
it
did.
was pretty
I think
wild.
more than once we maximized our successes through various dice faces.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think of Rich bringing Winter Guard here? I thought for sure he'd be playing Guardians. I know he made cut with Guardians like in season 7. He went to top 8 actually, and I know that he likes playing them in general. What do you think of him bringing Winter Guard here?
Absolutely, color me surprised. I thought we'd see a mirror match in all likelihood. I enjoyed a lot of Rich's content probably a year and a half ago or so. I started getting into Guardians playing with Thanos, and he wasn't, I don't think, the biggest Thanos player if I remember his content, but I got my Guardians bones from watching his YouTube content.
Yeah, that's
Or not.
I definitely like when I was jumping into competitive, his videos like came up a lot, and like he's got a great search engine optimization here because like his videos come up very frequently. I mean, I'm a sucker for tier lists, and so I love what Richmond does with those. He has this really cool video where it was like who is the strongest damage dealer. This is from before Malekith came out and Ghost Rider, but it was a really cool video because he used statistics to like really show that. We have a priority roll here, and it looks like TG Lord has one priority. He's got Researcher, Alien Ship. What else does he have? Deadly Legacy Virus. He's probably gonna. He's got Infinity, Gamma, and Demons Downtown. And let's see what Rich has got. Struggle for the Cube, Paranoia, Hammers, Superpowered Scoundrels, Sword Base, Infinity. I think based on seeing those, TG Lord's gonna pick his secures. He doesn't want to even risk a pay to flip, I would imagine. Um,
Yeah, it seems so risky,
with
especially if he
sword
wants to
base.
cram CGR. His inability to participate in the flipping is just so painful a six threat.
There we go. So we have Infinity and Struggle for the cube. Very interesting. It would have been. I think I was kind of hoping for it down the middle because like that's what the Winter Guard are typically better at. But this is gonna give both both teams lots of power in the game, and so we're gonna see if that is enough for both either player to like take an advantage of all that extra power.
No, absolutely. It's going to be laden with power, I'm guessing. That's for
Schmid
sure.
says, since you took the over, I mean, we have a little bet in our finals, in the finals chat. Basically, 12 CGR victories in the chat is like the over under. And
I
that's
guess I would have to think about how many games will get played in total.
yeah. I think I'm wrong when I said over because it's like I not only is it they have to play in 12 games, but it's like there has to be 12 CGR victories, and
Good point.
I would love to lose the bet. I would love to lose the bet and have CGR not win that many games. Um, but or maybe I would long term if CGR just dominates. Maybe AMG sees the data and it makes him be adjusted earlier. So it really depends on what your perspective is on how broken you think he is and how quickly you need to make some adjustments because he is very strong. Vodka Blitz
Yeah,
says his money doesn't. Money's that TG Lord doesn't bust out Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider.
a little scary, I guess, with 9 points on the board every turn.
Would you play Cosmic Ghost Rider into this scenario?
I'd be pretty concerned about doing it. He can at least help with it. He can really be dominant on a B. This B in particular, his chains can pull your opponent off it to slow down their scoring a bit. So even though there's 9 points out for grab, if you bring CGR, successfully treat a hero, and then yank another one who's already activated off of a canister, I think you can survive with him. You can get the work done. But if you're not accomplishing that, it's going to be pretty dicey.
Yeah, I can see that. The 9 points is pretty scary. The most you can score in a round is 11 with the right crisis combination. So it's very close to being like a captive. But yeah, when you're playing, when you can pay 2 power for chains, which obviously is used to like weaken your characters, but it also like you just are paying 2 power to remove them from a secure if they've already activated. Like it's like one VP. Hey, I'll pay 2 power to prevent someone from winning a VP. Like every single activation if I could. Like that'd be OP, and Ghost Rider can basically
Yeah.
do that anywhere he wants.
Yeah, absolutely. Unlike the B pay to flips, where that isn't a very useful ability, it's just another reason, I suppose, why
Yeah.
pay to flips were to be avoided at all costs for TG Lord.
Okay, so we've got the squads here. Let's go with Rich. He's playing the leader, Crimson Dynamo. He's got Red Guardian, Black Widow, Taskmaster, and he's got Angela as a splash. And we have a wide Guardians list here. We've got Star-Lord, Groot, Rocket, Beta Ray Bill, Drax, and Nebula. Let's see, is he playing like lovable misfits? Oh, no, he's not. But he's got Galaxy's Greatest. That's a great card. And let's see what Rich has for cards. He's got Vertical Assistance. I love it. It's a new card from Natasha Roman from the new core set. And we have Sovereign Strike, the Winter Guard card. We have Advanced R&D, Comrade's Keeper. Oh man, Rich is gonna take a cube with Angela. Oh, that's sick. Okay, and then we've got Patch Up. So we know Bill's gonna grab the middle here. It's like the most. Of course, you're bringing eyes on the prize. It's pretty, but
Yep,
I want
yep.
to talk about this opening here that he's got. He's gonna play Advanced R&D on a character, pass a power to Black Widow. She's gonna play. Maybe she does. She can she? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can't. We can't do this. But if you did that, let's see if you follow this line. Hmm. Does it work? It doesn't work. I don't think it works.
Are you
Never mind.
looking at her trying to get a mixed technique off in round
No, I'm
one?
trying to think of vertical assistance. Does that get you the ability to grab a far cube? Um,
Oh, okay.
like
You get her the power to play vertical assistance to benefit another hero. Interesting.
yeah, but I don't know if that works. So let's see if Rich does like dive into either of these cubes here to try to like basically break or like try to take the parity. Because if you take one of his cubes and contest his infinity, does
Yeah.
that give you both 4 points? Maybe it gives you more. I think Rich would give. So let's see how Rich handles the fact that if he stays on his half of the board, he is going to have a less victory points than TG Lord, and what he would do about it. But yeah, Vodka Blitz says 6 wide Guardians of the Galaxy called it. Yeah, okay, so we got a
Yeah.
real game. This is not helping.
Ah,
This is not helping my over. All right, now no matter what, Cosmic Ghost Rider can't win this match. So it's a real bummer.
that's right. That's right. I know I'm not shocked at all at the wide guardians either. Just like we talked about, it's just a little too scary sometimes to bring six threat that can't interact or secure.
Yeah.
But I'm really curious to see, like you said, how Rich handles the lack of the parity situation. He's got Angela, a wonderful diver, like you pointed out. I'm curious to see if he loads up on one side and just tries to win through that way and escape on the other side with a cube, or if he tries to play more honest and push both.
Yeah, that's a good point. Something that uh, is something important to think about when you're playing a game, like when you're playing with midline steals and grabbing and retreating and positioning, is just like okay, so Bill's gonna grab the middle. Now, which side does he rotate to? Does he rotate like that's something that you want to think about when you're deploying your models. You obviously like probably want to read. You want to consider which side is your strongest side because that will maybe protect. Um, that will protect the what am I trying to say here? That'll protect your character that just did the midline steal, who has like no power and maybe is vulnerable to like throws or collisions and things like that. Any long range attacks. Bill will be weak because he doesn't have the damage reduction ability online because he played all his power this round. So, but the other thing to think about is like maybe your one side is stronger, but the other side is weaker for the opponent. The opponent might not have as much damage. Like I'm just looking at Taskmaster and Natasha on the northern side of the board, the northern flank. Like maybe you just rotate Bill on that side because you're confident that Bill won't be taking the damage, as much damage as he could with the other two, the southern side of the board. So let me just go through the deployment situation here. It looks like they are just about to start. So we have on Rich's side of the board, he's got Angela in the middle, and we have Black Widow Taskmaster on his right flank, the northern side of the board, and we have Crimson Dynamo and Red Guardian on the southern side of the board on his left flank. For TG Lord, we have Beta Ray Bill set up for an Eyes play in the middle. We've got Nebula in the middle as well. And we've got Drax and Star-Lord on the southern side on TG Lord's right flank. And we have Groot and Rocket on the north side and TG Lord's left flank. So we're going to get Wing It tokens on Star-Lord, Bill, and Rocket. And looks like TG Lord's about to activate. I think they're not sure what they're doing right now, but we got Eyes on the Prize being played for Bill.
The moment of truth. A lot will hinge on this.
Wait, I think that there's a decent enough wiggle room that this shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll reach it. This moment of truth, where we just see if he goes left or right. He's got great. Honestly, the dive from Angela is pretty terrifying. You're going to get double tapped by Rocket, and I think you might get double tapped even by Star-Lord.
Yeah. I mean, Angela, like the tech that Angela has is like you can't use your winging it tokens. So
That's a great point. Yeah.
it's like maybe that does take a little bit of punch off. Angela, like, what is we're gonna have? Yeah, let's see here. The problem with like Angela diving a cube or something like that would be that no matter what cube you dive, you're going to be diving, like two characters can attack into you that round. So I think he's just gonna probably, maybe he goes with Angela last and like double walks and throws a size 4 into a character that can't brace.
Yeah. I think you have to achieve possibly more than just points with it. As you're pointing out, find some attrition with the move.
Steven says, whoa, this map looks like it's been pastramied. I am not sure what that means. You'll have to explain it. But that doesn't sound like a good thing.
I'm also missing the reference.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm not sure. He's obviously, I think he's referencing 90 degreed. Oh, okay. Because the players opted to turn the map 90 degrees. Yeah, that makes sense. I think he's referencing at Second Wind where Johnny Pastrami was trying to form a collision or what am I trying to say here? Form a group of people to advocate for being able to turn the board 90 degrees, but
instead of just swapping sides with your opponent and that being the two legal choices.
That's right. A coalition is what I was trying to say. Yeah, collusion. There was a collusion, a coalition. Yeah, it was he was trying to form a movement.
The poor organizers having to deal with this insurrection in the middle of their event.
Lazy Susans were discussed. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, it was the organizers shut it down quickly and hard. Like it was just like
as is their right.
Yeah, it was just like union busters. Basically, the TOs were like union busting the the movement. Okay, so we have Groot going up and grabbing the cube. Makes a lot of sense because Groot has the ability to heal, and then it also, I mean, like he's not going to be doing much. This is exactly Groot or Gra. Wow, I can't talk. Groot and Rocket both being on the Infinity is going to set up. I was going to say a deadly duo, but we don't have a deadly duo ever since the stream where I talked for 5 minutes about deadly duo opportunities. And then Curtis pointed out that they didn't even bring the card. It makes me extremely cautious about yeah, it was a funny one. But yeah, but now you got to always check if Rocket and Groot on the table doesn't mean deadly duo is in the cards.
Hey, I got to compliment TGLord on this decision. I think because what I'm looking at right now, the way he's deployed them and where he's who he's lined up against on this B side, Deadly Duo might have been a pretty watery card for this game. Black Widow might just spend the whole game outside of stealth range, and there might only be one target for a while for Mr. Rocket.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, especially with Taskmaster being able to roll extra dice if he gets attacked again, meaning yeah, you're 100% right. The it would have been a dead card for a significant part of the game, I would imagine. It's not even. Oh, Nick says it's not even in his 10 anymore.
Oh
And
wow,
so like
that's
that,
pretty
or like he
wild.
might not be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very interesting. But
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. I can
I'm
see
a big
why.
fan of that card because if I'm playing Guardians, I'm coming to roll dice. But I do I'm sympathetic, especially I guess with the crisis selection. He knew that he'd be on B at least 1/3 of the time that he won his secure roll, and it's not as good of a card if you're not on E. That's for sure.
So Nick is in the chat. Nick, I have a question for you. Are you the Nick that was at second wind, or are you the Nick 3 that I heard about? Let's see. We've got red. We've got Crimson Dynamo moving up and grabbing the cube and hitting the infinity. He's the Nick's the third variant. Okay, all right, good to know. Yeah. All right, all right. Let's see. And now we have. So we had Drax on TGLord on this bottom flank here, grabbing the cube, staying far back, away from like a range 4 attacks. And we've got Red Guardian and Crimson Dynamo both moving up here. So it looks like basically the question. Oh, interesting. Richmond has priority. I didn't notice that at first, but let's see what Angela does, and if how she tries to break parity here, or if she tries to break parity, does she dive the team? I mean, it makes sense that you start going into the team pretty quickly because you have priority, and he's going onto the northern side of the board, and that's I think that's a decent call because you're not going to get Starlord can't attack you at all, because he's too far away, or like he might be able to. Let's see what Angela does here into Rocket, and we're getting the attack into Groot. Joe Manji says our first cuts game without CGR has the average fallen below 1. I don't think so. I think this maybe
Yeah,
puts it at
yeah,
1, right? Like because
definitely not. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
at 1 or like 1.2 or something now. It's uh,
Yep, yep. Well, hey, I do think this is the right move with Angela going this way. It feels like it might be a bit into the teeth of this team, but there are two extracts on this side, right? I think if Angela goes the other way, there's a good chance that Rich has to like run away from the other side or risk losing Black Widow and Taskmaster just kind of getting rolled.
yeah.
He has to win the fight on this side. He really does.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. You're fighting over less VPs on here, and maybe you do win the fight faster than the top team does. But it's like by that time you could be at like a 3 VP deficit, right? And it's just too late. So yeah, you're that's a good call out that Angela probably needed to pivot to that side of the board.
Was certainly hoping for a pursuit, though. Did they
I
miss
think
that?
no, he did get it. That's
Oh, did
why
get it. Did get it. That was that.
Angela got
Slipped
onto
back.
she opted to get
Yeah.
onto the infinity. So that was a good play by Rich. It's going to give Angela lots of power.
Oh, she will be
Angela
laden. Yeah.
Angela should be at did Angela pay 1 power for um the spender?
That is a good question. How
I don't
else
think
would she
so.
be this high? Yeah. I'm going back to look. Doesn't seem like she did.
Okay, I'm writing in here because I'm an accuser, so did she? All right. Let's see if they notice it or what. Let's see. R&D the extra power. R&D the extra power. Oh, okay.
Oh
Dino
goodness.
Pastor
Yep.
1.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wow. Okay, I should wait like 30 seconds anytime that happens. But all right, thanks,
Yeah.
chat.
I didn't
Um,
back you up much there. Yep.
yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. I was joking around too much, and oh god, that's oh man, it always happens. Anytime I make a joke, I always miss a.
Some
Okay, wait.
interaction happens.
Yeah, I know. We've got Star Lord and Rocket and yeah, I wonder why the 5 power and Angela, like, did that matter?
I think it's a curious play too. I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to see. It'd be a good question to see if there was a busted play there. If they thought something else would happen.
Oh man, Matt says Lucas and his false accusations. Oh man,
Oh, that doesn't seem
that's
fair. He's
quite the deadly duo, right?
it's hard to be entertaining and be the referee at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's all good. It's all good. No, there's no rule break, and I hope I didn't step over where I needed to. So and that's the thing is like as long as I don't ask about things that are like voluntary, I think like as an accuser, like I'm not stepping over a line. I mean, it's tricky because it's like there's a lot of things that are like gr- are are black and white, but then there's also things that are like kind of gray. Vodka Blitz is here. Okay, great. I'm just gonna say Vodka Blitz will handle that stuff so that I can concentrate on um, not paying attention and just making a bunch of jokes. All right, let's see what we got for RichMid as his opening activation. Let's see what he does.
Lots of measurements going on with Dynamo, trying to figure out if that beam is worth it on this side or if he needs to get work done right now. Angela's in a prime position. Yeah, a beam on this side, you get 2 shocks. It starts to feel like you could either leave it or maybe press pretty safely if you get the shocks without too much fear of reprisal.
Yeah,
But if you don't get the shocks, then it's going to feel pretty like a pretty wasted opportunity, I fear, on the left flank, the other flank. I should stop saying left and right. It depends on what side of the board you're staring at, I reckon.
I see. Okay, so now I'm like kind of like I'm kind of now understanding what's happening here. The reason he passed a power or like he chose to is um because he took a shot from Starlord, right? Oh no, my bad. This is so bad. I should just end the stream right now because I'm embarrassing myself. But no, they took the cube damage. I was like, why does Crimson Dynamo have one damage on him? But that's the cube damage. So
Yeah.
I'm all caught up, I think. Okay, we've got Crimson Dynamo looking to line up a beam. He's only going to hit one of them. I think that TGLord did a great job of spacing them out. Like that's the thing to think about when you're dealing with a character with a beam. Just like use your range tooler to make sure they're not within range one of each other, and it will help avoid double beams in a lot of different angles. And so TGLord is even wider than that with his 2 characters, and he's
I
attacking.
think they might have given him the benefit of some shading there. That
We're
I
seeing a
think we might have
spender.
one going into two.
We're seeing a spender with the wild trigger.
Oh wow, you're correct. All
Yeah, so we
right.
get because he spent power down there. So he's got Drax's vengeance on him now. And now we're
Richmond didn't spend much time suffering over missing the beam. He just made a different decision. That was good.
hold on. Don't hold me to that.
Oh no, that second 5 dice roll is making me think. Nope,
Yeah.
shocks are going out. They gave him the measurement on the beam. They must have agreed that it was in.
Okay. Interesting. It was really close. I thought it was out, and okay. So this is the second beam then, is what I'm trying to understand, right?
Yep, that's what
Yeah.
is
Second
TG Lord
act.
spacing
Oh wow!
them,
Look at that
and this.
roll. Rich gets a great roll, and he puts more damage on Drax. Man, Drax is light. He's got 2 health left in a cube.
Star Lord might be in danger as well. This is pretty scary right now for TG Lord.
Yeah, no crew either. Jumanji says, and that's right. That. Not you're gonna be shocked until you flip.
Oh no! Oh, it's coming
Oh
in.
man, Rich! Oh my God, it's a Dynamo is popping off. Wow, that's a great activation for Crimson Dynamo here. He's already put a decent amount of attrition into TG Lord's characters. That's what you want to see out of Crimson Dynamo's activation for sure.
Right. I think there's going to be a hugely important role that happens at some point in this turn with Red Guardian. Right. There's got to be a shield throw, and the juiciest scenario is he does 2 damage to the 2 heroes on that side.
Yeah, but like even then, like what is the size of this building here? Size 4. I mean, you could hit him with a Sovereign Strike right now and just flip. And
Oh, ooh.
he's got the power to Sovereign Strike, right? Because it's a spend 3, and within characters that suffer 1 damage suffer 2 damage. So Drax will take 1, and Rock, and then Starlord will take 2. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
He's
decision points. Yeah, how greedy do you get? Maybe you save that for the days side or not. Probably just
yeah.
get them dazed would be the right play. That's
Yeah, I mean yeah, he's got it. Rich already saw the line, I think, because he had his hand on it. I think you play it. You deny an activation in Starlord, and you put Drax on 1 health. It forces him to do something, or else Drax has to start moving off the secure to do something because he's gonna die anyway. I don't know, like it's very tricky. Oh, is it? Hold on. Does he not have range on the building? Range within 4. Okay, so he can do it. And Drax gets disruption fielded from any attack he does into Dynamo. So it's like Drax is really um, dazing Starlord here is really significant for this winning this bottom as quickly as possible here for Rich. This is like basically exactly what you could have hoped for on an opening activation on round 2.
I agree, and it seemed counterintuitive at first, right? With Angela juiced on the other side and kind of in a risky position, but obviously, Rich made a decision, and the dice are backing him up. It's looking good.
Yeah, he looks like a genius, right? It's the classic line, right? That if your dice will show if you're a genius or if you're not. I don't. Anyway, but Vodka Blitz says Sovereign Strike doesn't kill Drax. Yeah, but like the thing is, you put him on 1 with a cube, and also Drax. What's he gonna do? I mean, I guess he can throw Dynamo. He can throw, but he's only getting 1 attack into the Dynamo because he can't reach Red Guardian, um, and it's gonna be disruption fielded. I don't know if that's like a big deal.
It does not feel like a slam dunk.
Also, if you activate Drax with 1 health left, and then Red Guardian kills Drax, you still have priority. Rich still has priority, but if you let Drax die without activating, TGLord gets priority, and so it might like actually be beneficial that he doesn't. But we're seeing something else happen here. I'm not sure what we're seeing.
Hmm.
An
This
attack.
3 range tool being out, I thought he was just measuring perhaps ultimate places for his Red Guardian to land and still be covered by CD's defensive tech, but he's.
Oh, okay. So Starlord is going with a shock token on him. He rolled 4 dice into
I
into
see.
Crimson
Yeah.
Dynamo, who rolled 4, or must have rolled 3 and exploded the crits. So he
Oof.
opted not to use the card. I would have liked the card.
Being a little greedy. That's I can't blame him because it started good.
Oh wow, look at that,
Although,
6!
holy
Oh my
cow,
gosh, yeah,
yeah,
he
he's
got
gonna pay
all
a
of them,
price.
all of them.
Oh goodness.
And he's outside of. Yeah, so a decent block though. I mean, you got like 6 into 3 with damage reduction. He only takes 2, but we could potentially see a um, Crimson Dynamo go down. Like, yeah, Drax can hit pretty hard with that Vengeance token.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Red Guardian throw a shield, and if it doesn't get what he wants, then he Sovereign Strikes, because now he's only going to be dazing 1 unactivated character, and yeah, and he will maintain priority. Or like that'll be the current board state. We'll see what happens on the top, right? The funny thing is like all this
Yeah.
action
Yeah.
is only happening on 1 half of the board. The other half is like in a standstill.
Bees are the most fun, I think, shape, especially for like beer and pretzel nights with your friends. That's you get to like play 2 games.
Yeah, I was just yeah, as soon as you said that, I was like 2 games. Yeah, that's
It's pretty wonderful.
yeah.
You
This
can even get your butt kicked on one, right, and kind of do better on the other one. It feels great.
yeah, it is that is cool. Let's see. Yeah, we're definitely look at that. So Rich already is measuring the line that I already mentioned about just throwing a shield into them, and then seeing if you can chip Drax, and then blow up the building to daze them both. So let's see what Rich is really hoping to push 1 damage through here.
Oh, he's dreaming of 2 and 2. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, of course, of course, of course. I mean, I'm just saying like the floor here,
Oh
the
yeah,
floor
yep,
of what
yep,
he is
yep.
hoping for. Yeah. Okay. This is a pretty big roll for Rich's attrition game plan. And he
Oh
gets
my gosh.
4. Oh, he's gonna get 1 through. He squeaks 1 through, and he gets a ricochet into Star-Lord. We've got a winging it. Winging it. No, we don't. Oh, it was in Star-Lord first. It was into Star-Lord first. Wow. How does Star-Lord take 2 damage there? I'm so confused. Because he rolled 4 into
One too many. No.
the attack got sacrificed, so we couldn't explode the crit. That's what happened. There we go. Vodka Blitz, thank you. Coming in, I missed the card flip there, but yeah. So Red Guardian threw into Drax, who sacrificed into Star-Lord. Star-Lord died. And now Drax took 1 damage from the second attack, and now he's Sovereign Striking for the last damage onto Drax. And yeah, that was nice. Did he measure? Did he measure to see if he could pick up the other cube? No, he didn't, but it's fine. I think that you stopping that VP is win. You've won the bottom for now.
Yep, I think that's a big picture move from Rich. You gotta slow the bleeding. You're losing. You gotta stop it.
Oh, Vodka Blitz is in the room. Okay, perfect. That's why he's able to catch these. That's great. Just adjusting this thing now. Can you see me adjusting the overlay?
I cannot, if you're asking me.
All right. I don't know how TTS works exactly, but yeah, okay, all right. So now we might as well, I assume, closer into the top side because the bottom side is already won here. Is already won by
Yeah,
RichMid.
it's looking pretty desperate. Not many points for RichMid on that side, but attrition has shown through.
Yeah, we've got only Crimson Dynamo took damage there. Red Guardian still full health. Okay, so we have Rocket going into Taskmaster.
Pretty quiet first roll for TGLord there. That's a disaster.
Oh man, yeah.
Ouch.
All right, so was that both full activation? No, it looks like he's doing a second action here.
Yeah, there's no better activation, I think, here for Rocket. You just got to try to get some work done.
Yeah.
Start doing. Although it's looking pretty tough sledding.
Oh man. RichMid rolling great on defense as well as offense so far, so it's really putting him in a great position to take a lead going into round 2. Let's see if if Rich's dice continue here and do his next activation.
Getting to go with Angela here without taking much damage has got to be pretty exciting for Rich. That's an interesting measurement he was dropping down there.
Yeah, he's looking at rotating Angela. Very interesting. He'd be able to. Yeah, it's I don't know if that's the right play. I don't know if she can get. I don't think she gets there. Maybe Rich would probably know. I'm sure he's played a lot of Angela. I'm sure with Guardians
He sure
a lot.
has. Yeah.
So yeah, and Rich is obviously active. He knows what he's doing. He's activated his characters in basically like the exact order he is needed to. So I'm sure he's gonna think about what the best thing to do is. We've got 3 characters left for Rich and 3 characters left for TGLord, and so Rich has to activate somebody. Maybe you rotate. What about rotating Widow to the bottom of the board?
I think that makes more sense than Angela. I think you need to keep her on this side where there's still there are 3 points that are going to be cowering in this corner. Angela has no points on her. It seems like you should use her to see what happens down here.
Yeah, so we're having Rich. There we go. Rich nailed it. Yeah, the Insidiously Mad says the same thing. The Widow rotation here is like, it seems like the winning move. It puts Rocket and Groot in a spot where they're not gonna be scoring as many points as they need to on their side, and they don't have the ability to rotate very quickly. Yeah, vertical assistance on Angela. I don't know. Does she need it? I think Widow needs the vertical assistance. But
Rich is selling out on the pivot here. That's what's going on. He's bringing his 5 threat hero to the other side of the board,
oh yeah, yeah,
as well as his 2 threat hero. He's rolling on this working.
yeah. That's very interesting. It's gonna make TGLord have to. Let's see if he makes it here. Yeah, you're that's what I'm saying. I'm saying vertical assistance on Natasha was the way to go. I don't, yeah, but so you might as well keep her in cover. Yeah, that's totally fair.
That's a big brain play I would miss while possibly tilting over playing the other card on the other person. But I say that I doubt it was a mistake. Angela can absolutely get on this far serum canister now, right?
Right,
So
but I guess like it's more of picking up the cube than it is
I think
getting on the
yeah,
canister.
she can accomplish both probably.
Do you think she could get? I don't think. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Her
She can
giant
go onto
base,
the yeah
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I see exactly what you're saying now. She can get onto the TG Lord side canister.
TG Lord has to make a painful decision here. I think he's got a double advance Nebula and BRB, and bring another. Oh goodness, another extract to that corner he doesn't want to fight in. What a nightmare!
Yeah, this is interesting. Rich is like showing a very great rotation here for Winterguard, who is like who are like typically like known for having bad rotation ability.
Rotation question mark? You mean
Yeah,
double beam, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is cool. I have not seen a Winterguard team be piloted as effectively as this so far. So this is really cool to see Rich doing a great job with the list. The Nebula, he's making TG Lord make some tough decisions. I mean, I think that the thing too is that like I'm talking up Rich's play here, but like I think that TG Lord is definitely not out of this game, and it's just like the Guardians hit so hard, and they've got so many bodies that we could very easily see TG Lord have a really impactful turn 3, and that's what he's setting up with Nebula here, putting her like very close to the enemy lines, or like right in the enemy lines. And
I
so
agree.
yeah,
Smart play. Yep.
he's just got to set up
Got to change
for round
reality.
3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. If you'd have told me the damage distribution would be such at this phase in round 2, I would have assumed that TG Lord was biting in, not RichMid.
Nick says not collapsing all 3 extracts in the same side is how you lose when you have the extract lead on a B. Yeah, so that's he should have grabbed the cube and retreated Star-Lord is basically what Nick is saying. Grab the cube with Star-Lord, or like probably Star-Lord because he has that hit and run ability, and you just and brought him up with Rocket and Groot so that you had 3 cubes all with Rocket and Groot's side of the board. But
Yeah.
it's letting Rich grab the piece. Look at that, Angela doing a double move, right? Like you're not getting any output because you're not going near any characters that can be damaged, and you're it's interesting how like the game of MCP is like you can win a game with just a few attacks and then a few moves, and there we go. You're putting yourselves in a winning position.
Absolutely. And Angela's one of those heroes that is, it's so strange how her kit, it just appears like to be pure attrition. There is no control, right? She is not moving your guys. She is control through attrition only, and you start to think of her that way, and then you remember that she has 2 power every turn, and she moves long with that medium base, and suddenly she's scoring points like crazy.
Yeah. All right, so we're having this is interesting because now Bill, who's holding an extract, has to be an aggressor in this situation. Does he get to a double move throw? I think he might, and he might use it. Yeah, there it is. So that was a really great play by a TG Lord here. He's gonna displace Angela most likely.
Hopefully, salvage this point on this side. It's pretty big. He really needs it. Seeking to score 4 points instead of just 3.
Let's see, because we're at what are we at here? Okay, yeah, he's gonna get on the point. And he's going to I'm sure he's going to displace Angela. You don't want her to start an activation within range 2 of your team if you can help it. Although I don't see anywhere he can go with Angela to prevent that.
Yeah, it's not going to prevent attrition, most likely. It'll only prevent the scoring situation.
Yeah. Oh,
But
maybe.
that's still a fine play. That's
The,
three power for a VP. I'll
yeah.
take that trade.
Maybe there's a line here. And maybe you can clip into Dynamo. And I mean, just like putting him at low health is interesting. I just realized that the shock I don't play Winter Guard at all, right? So but that shock that's on Crimson Dynamo, I was thinking about like it being a factor, but then I'm realizing now that
It will not be. It will
it
not
will
be.
not be. Yeah, he's playing Winter
Yeah.
Guard. So
I gotta
oh
say, I'm a little scared of this throw because there's a world, right, where RichMid just runs away back to this opposite B with Angela on this turn. It's I wonder if getting if this is going to spark that in Rich's mind. It kind of gets the extract out of this hole.
yeah, I think it'd be pretty interesting. The you patch up Crimson Dynamo, right, with Angela, and then you just double walk Angela to their side of the board again.
Oh
It's quite
goodness.
that like British like chase scene where it's like you got the cops and the robbers or whatever like chasing each other and I don't know the
Yeah,
music. I
I know
can
what you're
butcher it,
talking
but
about.
it's like
Yeah, the
all right.
1.25 speed video. It seems
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody's moving a little too fast.
Yeah, let's see what we do here with the throw into Dynamo. Yeah, Benny Hill. There we go. Yeah, first time
That's
chatter. That's thank you for joining us. Yeah, that's right. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Crimson Dynamos roll. He rolled. He takes 1 damage. Um, man, I think you patch up Dynamo with Angela.
just keep winning. Yeah, Angela doesn't need her power anymore. She is at this point. You're about to take the lead in scoring. I think you're just trying to score points, not worrying about using her power for attrition.
Rich is Rich going all in here? On okay, no, he's the you throw these attacks because you could potentially get 4 shield throws into Groot if you can ricochet, right? So you don't want to take any of these attacks into Rocket because Rocket loses his main form of defensive tech, which is the cover. And
Yeah,
let's see here,
yeah.
Rogue stat. My brother and I just got back into TTS Warhammer 40k. I figured I'd check out who's playing. Looks like you're all the only ones. Well, man, Marvel is a sweet game. It's an awesome skirmish game. And I started playing Warhammer initially when I first got into miniatures, but once I found this game, I can't help myself. I'm like addicted to this to skirmish games, and Marvel the IP is also very cool. Each character is unique in their own ways, and I would recommend checking it out if you haven't looked into Marvel Crisis Protocol at all.
Absolutely. I love the variety you get in this game. Yeah, I mentioned beer and pretzels earlier. Man, Buddy and I just love throwing down, different goofy kind of rosters, as well as getting pretty serious and bringing kind of what we think is S tier.
Yeah, it's really cool when you can like lean in on one aspect of the game or one really niche type of thing you can do in the game, and so we got an attack into with Taskmaster into Rocket. I'm imagining group bodyguarding based on the dice roll. So
RichMid's successes continue to
holy
pile up.
moly, jeez, that's crazy, dude! What a
I
man.
imagine if we could hear chat, there'd be a little bit of of embarrassment of Rich's kind of sound coming from Rich right now.
Yeah, like oh man, I'm sorry. Like if I'm rolling this hot, I'm usually apologizing to my opponent.
Hey,
Yeah.
who needs CGR, guys? I don't. You could just.
You just run Taskmaster apparently. Jeez, 5 successes on 5 dice. Who does he think he is? Yeah, CGR. And now he's gonna follow up. He got a ricochet, right? So he now TGLord is deciding if he wants to take the attack into Rocket because he oh hold on, is he? Or did he roll
He's
two
gonna
attacks?
he's gonna play safe. It looks like, and
Okay, so he must
just
have already rolled 2 attacks. Okay. Chooses not to use Ricochet. Oh man. Because he loses priority.
interesting.
Because he loses priority if he
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Very cool. And there's the patch up. Yes. You love to see it when you see what makes a lot of logical sense. You say it out loud, and then you're validated because the players do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel bad though because I always feel like whenever I watch these kind of games, I see opportunities so much more for the player who feels like the dice are kind of going their way. They got the gas going their direction. It's so much harder to find the outs for TG Lord, and I'm sure he's feeling the same frustration.
Yeah. Groot does have an activation. Here's the thing, is that you can like Groot's gonna heal. So, man, do you like? I think you're in a totally fine position to, um, to have lost priority. So I think I would have won it with the ricochet because here's why. Groot now gets to activate. He's going to heal a bunch of damage anyway. He has the power to like move and spender Taskmaster off the point for sure. And I don't see a world where the other team can punch through you. Like I don't know, maybe Drax can, but like I don't know. I think that I would trust my defensive dice in this situation with Disruption Field online.
Yeah,
That his TG Lord's first activation on the next round wouldn't have as high of an impact enough to swing the game basically. So that's why I would have liked to see RichMid like hit the ricochet. But
just commit to it. Get the dazes.
yeah.
He is facing down a Galaxy's Greatest. I don't know how big that factors in Rich's mind.
That is fair.
I'm sure he's played the card once or 100 times.
Galaxy's Greatest is like it's got to be like a top 10 card in the game. I don't know. It's so incredibly powerful. It looks like TG Lord is opting to contest the serum canister. I'm imagining he's going to use Groot's superpower to root Taskmaster, but also heal himself 3. There goes the healing, and
Or does he conserve the power for the spender on the next turn and try to deal with Taskmaster? I bet
think
he's agonizing.
no, I think I wouldn't because you already are getting 3 power next turn because of the cube and the infinity. So
Great point.
I
Great
think
point.
I think you just pay and put root on Taskmaster. Maybe it helps slow him down. I think you're gonna have the power to do everything you want. He opts not to put root on Taskmaster. Yeah, the Vodka Blitz mentioning he likes the double move. Yeah, I think it's it's reasonable. It's
Yep.
totally
Yep.
reasonable.
He needs to contest that. That's slowing it down.
Insidiously mad makes the big brain comment that root doesn't matter because you're playing winter guard.
Avast.
So,
Correct.
you know
Correct,
what?
sir.
You know what? I'm going to counter that and say that maybe it matters a little bit because Taskmaster's superpowers are defensive tech, and if he doesn't activate Taskmaster early, he is going to still be dealing with the effects of that route. So I would say that I'm not as dumb as.
Hey, I got your back. I'll pile on. What if Groot goes first and like does his spender and gets the stagger on Taskmaster? Then he can.
Oh, there we go. Exactly. He can't only get rid of one. He can.
All
Yeah.
right. Unlikely.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Do we see a Galaxy's Greatest play? I mean, I'd imagine so, right? It's so strong. All of your characters get a buff. It's like if you take any character and increase their attack dice and increase their defensive dice by 1, that you've immediately upgraded their threat level, like almost guaranteed. So you're just paying 2 power to change the amount of threat you have on the board. It looks like he's opting not to use it on. Man,
Perhaps a little greedy. He's got 6 characters. Or 6 heroes. He's probably hoping to get a little more value, but gosh, that seems like a scary ask. I don't know.
yeah. Joe Manji says that after that round, it felt like a butchering of TG Lord's characters. He still gets more VPs, and that goes to show you like how important proper rotation is and positioning is, and that's what TG Lord showed. Right, he showed the great rotation with Beta Ray Bell, and he showed the great positioning decisions with going with the double move on Groot to slow down Rich's ability to score. But here we go. We're going to see a triple beam at least once. Put shock on them again. Oh, you know what? You can't play Galaxy's Greatest until it's your turn. So we'll see it.
Good point.
We're going to see it after this activation, I would imagine.
fingers crossed. There's an opportunity. That's
Yeah,
a double
yeah,
beam coming in.
yeah. Of course. All right, is that Rich's roll here? He scores 2 successes into no blocks. Drax takes 1.
A little bit back down to earth.
Yeah, yeah. The dice have cooled for Rich so far.
Oh, ouch, ouch. Yeah,
Oh,
they're
there
icing
they
a
go.
bit.
Yep. He's gonna. I mean, we're gonna see a double beam now. At this point, like, you either want all or nothing on Dynamo maybe because like he's gonna reposition with the aggressive, and you don't get it. You're getting 1 damage through maybe. Oh, there it is. Double crit conversion.
Oof,
So it
pretty
means
big.
that we got 2 damage on Bill. And now we're gonna have an aggressive off of Bill. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna get out of position of the next beam. We are not seeing it. He's missing the aggressive trigger. Crunstall, thanks for joining. I'll catch you next time hopefully. And we have a shock going out now. I think man, missing that aggressive. Or unless he yeah, he missed the aggressive timing. That's a big ouch for Bill. He could get dazed here.
Yeah, it does hurt. Those opportunities. I every time I look back at my games, there's between 1 and 3 of them missed on average.
Yeah,
It
dude.
feels like it's
Oh man, yes. I've lost games because I forgot a character can aggressive. You just like don't think about it, and Eric. Okay, we've got Star-Lord taking a shock, and let's see if he can get Beta Ray Bill here. 3 into 1. Beta Ray Bill will live on 1, assuming he reduces the damage. There it goes.
I was cheering for that. We need some activations from TGLord to show up and show out here.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. He can the shocks will. Let's see if he plays Galaxy Greatest to get basically effectively make the shocks not impactful. Brings the characters back to their normal threat. Let's see. That was another good activation for Crimson Dynamo though. Like just putting the 2 shocks on and like starting putting Beta Ray Bill on 1 health and Star-Lord and Drax like getting their attrition. Like, oh man, they only have 4 health each left, and it made me very nervous on TGLord's side here.
Absolutely. No, RichMid has really done a wonderful job of kind of orchestrating a swing to the side.
Yeah, I agree. It's Vengeance Token is on Crimson Dynamo.
KO'd one of his buddies, or dazed. Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah. I think it has to. The Vengeance Token goes out if you attack Drax, right? It's is that the only way it goes out, or could you attack other characters? Let's see what it says.
Oh, that's the interaction. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be into Drax. 3 extra dice. Okay, so what are we seeing here? We're seeing Bill looking at potentially God Huntering into. We've got Comrade's Keeper up too, though, right? So it's like if you attack any of these characters first before like displacing them, you might be hit by Comrade's Keeper, which will really slow down your your activation. It'll really it won't make it as optimal as you'd want it to be.
Yep, can't focus that attrition, and it's really painful because you have an opportunity a little bit. No, not really. There's 10 power on Crimson Dynamo as well. This is really tough on this side.
Yeah, so like you could be hit by with let's see, Red Guardian pays for Comrade's Keeper, and then you could have also Disruption Field up, and yeah, it's it's
Yeah,
defensive. He's got a great defensive bubble here, and he's got like Angela ready to start. Maybe gets a frenzy. Just like you could throw terrain with Angela, like she's right there to range. Oh, so look, we're out of range 2 with Bill, so Angela could throw terrain. At least remove brace on TGLord's side. Interesting that Rich doesn't have brace in his deck, and
we're seeing some power being spent.
yeah.
Yep.
So there we go. So
Yep, going for attrition. He's just got to bust out of the dice have to spike here. It's kind of feeling that way. He's got the point lead. If he can get a little attrition going his way here, he might be able to hang on.
oh, Angela took a big hit here. So she had taken cube damage twice, and then whiffed on her the dodge damage. So now she takes the full 4 from
That's what we needed.
yeah,
for
that's
this to be
exactly.
a game.
Yeah, this is all of a sudden flipped That's crazy. So that's exactly what
Unfortunately,
TGLord needed.
yeah,
Whoa, yeah,
yeah.
that was
Bill
a
can't
big, that
grab
was
the second one,
massive.
right? Because he can only prevent one of the damage.
No, he could
Hard
prevent
decisions.
he could
Yeah.
prevent both actually because they're both separate instances of damage. So you could pay 2
Ah,
power.
okay.
You're paying once, and then you're paying once again. And so that's you would just need 2 power though. That's the thing. You would need 2 power. So by only having 1 power and then rotating, you are gonna drop. You are gonna daze. There
It
we
was so
go.
huge getting it done with the throw, though, so he could get the double advance without having
Yeah.
to spend an action on the attack. This is, yep, get those points back where you need them.
Very interesting.
That is a long ways away from RichMid.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking. Okay, so now like looking back, it's like maybe you had to put Dynamo in a position to not be able to get thrown into your teammates because you didn't have brace. Angela on 4 health. Yeah, I think that you did need to put Dynamo in a position to not be in the position you're in now. And obviously obviously the players are like in the middle of this intense game, and we didn't even think about that until it was already too late. So it
Nope,
just
nope.
shows that like you can't you're not as good as it might feel. Sometimes the game just like it just like
Absolutely.
falls apart right in front of you. It's
You can't count on dodge and defense. That's for sure.
yeah. I think Jomanji always says like defense dice aren't real. I see him
yeah,
write that
yeah,
every
yeah,
week. I
yeah.
see like him say that. Man, it feels that way a lot of the times. Okay, yeah, this is interesting. Here, there's
Yeah, Rich needs to slow down. He's got plenty of clock. He better take stock because it's 9 to 7.
yeah, I think that Taskmaster is fine up there taking the hits from group. Probably maybe you because you get to shake that stagger with the Winter Guard leadership. So you're still gonna get to attack into group, but the other problem is that Groot could just heal again and he's back to full health. So it's like maybe you go into Groot now and try to push through enough damage to take that cube off of him. It seems reasonable. You got that spender, you got that 6 spender where you're rolling 8 dice, no mods. Groot has a wing in it token, so we can't use it.
Yeah, that's a lot of dice. Bring 16 dice into Groot. He will likely tip over with 3 HP left, even though he's bringing 4 defense.
Yeah.
Defense dice aren't real. We were just talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. Yeah. Perhaps it's time to push on their side. That's the beauty of playing 2 games at once, right? When one side kind of flips your way, you can still. It's almost like you have priority on this side of the table if you're RichMid.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Matt says that if only Rich had a splash character that could teleport anywhere on the board and effortlessly one-shot whoever he attacks. Yeah, that would be a really strong model. Would that break the game? I don't know. It seems pretty good. This is what Joe says. This is what happens when you try to play honest MCP. Yeah, yeah. You roll. You don't roll the dice you need to when you need them. That's what happens. Man. I think that this is totally viable still though. Like Rich has got a couple of decisions to make. He could go with Red Guardian and look like an absolute genius with a double shield throw activation, or he could go with Taskmaster and look equally as smart with a double spender. Just like let's
Yeah.
see what the dice say, basically.
Success with on this side of the board where he has priority, as I was joking about earlier, would be huge. He'd be scoring 2 VPs and be in a hilariously safe position against Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, he'll have
Yeah,
cover and extra dice and
yeah,
exactly. I agree that Taskmaster is the right play. And look at that, Rich finds it. All right, are we going to see the spender? Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. We got 1 power, 2 power spent for the spender, 8 dice. This is exactly what I want to see from this activation. Let's see. Let's see if it works for him.
Strong defense from Groot. Got 2 with the crit rolling in.
Oh, but we have Rich's dice.
Oh, not strong enough.
Yeah, the lights back on. Oh man, 6 into 2 takes 4. Boom. That's a one shot.
Winging it.
No winging it. No winging it on the spender.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably just going to be a wasted action for Taskmaster. I wonder if he even moves. Can he? Yeah, he has nothing to shake. Probably just going to chill.
Yep, I would.
Does it reach? It's going to be short, right?
Yeah, short. So the lesson there is throw the shield first. That's the lesson. I guess if you wanted a chance at dazing Rocket, you should have thrown the shield first.
Yeah, if you were trying to be greedy, I suppose, with that. But he was probably planning on a double spender.
Yes, I was just gonna, exactly. Yeah. He needed to have the double spender just in case, because 12 dice is a lot different than 16 dice.
Absolutely, especially going into 4, you got to get the volume pumped up.
Yeah. So there we go. Rich gets exactly what he needs here, and he's hiding behind the Infinity. Rocket's going to shoot at him, but probably double shot, but it's not going. I mean, we'll see what happens. But if a 3-threat character is going to survive in a full activation from Rocket, it's going to be Taskmaster in cover.
Yeah, certainly seems likely, but it's definitely time for the Guardians to look to their old friends, the dice. It's got to start happening a bit.
We've got Nebula. Yeah, Vodka Blitz is calling out Nebula into Widow. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's what we're seeing.
It's time.
They're just gonna start. They're gonna be trading bodies here. We've got a 6 dice full reroll and a Widow who's rolling 2 with no defensive tech. Oh wow, we have 2.
Oh, those 2 skulls were pretty unfortunate.
They were,
but he converts the other 2, so
and that's
maybe
enough.
that works
that's
out.
Enough.
Yep.
Takes 3 right there from Black Widow. Damn. See,
applause to TGLord's round 3 planning, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The dive of Nebula. He realized what was happening.
Oh, whoa, hold on. I'm missing something. Oh, there's a little bit of cover. Yeah, there's cover. So that's what keeps her alive.
Absolutely.
This is interesting because I think it is a required place 1, which does give Martial Artist to Black Widow. So that's the big question, basically, is that will the Martial Artist be enough? I'm imagining we're going to see a 4 dice energy attack with the blaster pistol into Natasha, so that she rolls only 2 dice, because rolling 4 dice counting blanks is usually pretty strong.
There are 4 dice in Rich's hands. I wonder.
We're seeing there's a counter. This is the counter attack.
Oh, that's right.
And what do we get? We get 2 hits into
2
Nebula.
Successes.
Wow.
Ooh.
Damn, that's pretty sweet for her. I mean, we're living in a world here where Nebula whiffs this roll, and then we get another counter strike, and then she gets killed.
You're absolutely right. Wow, yeah, an activation from a Widow. She single attacks.
I don't think it happens,
gets on the node. Oh.
I don't think it happens.
Oh,
but...
goodness.
Oh man.
The skulls are killing.
Yeah, come on. He's got. Here we go. He's got 2. He's got 2. Oh, but double block. Don't do it. It's gonna happen. Oh man, if he gets the double here, that'd be crazy. Like, the odds of that happening are just like, here we go. Let's see if he hits her with the counter strike. That's wild. All right, the odds are pretty low here, though.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Okay, it doesn't get anything there. That would have been.
But still, he's gonna get more value out of Black Widow's turn than he originally imagined. I suppose. Got a single attack into Nebula and then a move onto the node.
Yeah, that's right. It's tricky because you can't put her anywhere. She is gonna lose the cube in the cleanup phase. I mean, I think you just run her to the. Do you run her to the corner? She's going to daze no matter what next turn.
If you run her to the corner,
or at the end of the round,
point instead of 2 for the serum canister. A hard decision. But it depends on what he's thinking, I suppose, with Red Guardian.
So, basically, the question is where is she going to go that's safe? I think if she moves onto the serum canister, Rocket just shoots her. Or sorry, Star-Lord just shoots her. I don't think she can go anywhere on a secure that would help her.
If she places 1 far away, she might have stealth on her side.
Yeah, maybe
it'll be close. It's hard. For
okay, well there we go. We're going into Nebula here. We're flipping Nebula, probably.
Well, there was no rush on that decision. I think that might be interesting to push that now.
You know what? I do like this. Let's see where where TGLord puts the extract token after Natasha dazes in the cleanup phase, because the smart play would be to put the extract still within one of Natasha, so he still gets the rerolls from Nebula. But okay, it looks like Natasha is opting to, or like Rich is putting her on the secure like you suggested.
He's feeling a little bit of heat from the being down. It felt like everything was kind of going his way in round 2, but TGLord masterfully squeaked away with the points.
Yep. Vodka Blitz calls out that Drax is just a double move throw away from being able to daze Natasha and pick up the cube.
Oh,
so
definitely a big brain move. Let's see if that's online for TG.
Yep, size 3 or less characters within 2, throw them short. Yeah, so he can do terrain or enemy characters.
Brace is one of those cards. I'm as guilty as any noob of bringing it in a game, and then my opponent doesn't even bring like one of the 2 heroes they had who could throw, and I have a dead card. But it's just it's so much comfort I get from Brace.
And if Drax isn't on a point, he can actually win this round. I'm trying to like do the math. This math that Vodka Blitz is suggesting here. We have who can win the round. Drax is on a point, so Drax would have to. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying that the Guardians could score out here. 4 cubes and 3 points. So we've got Bill with 2 cubes. So Drax would pick up the 3rd cube. Where's the 4th cube coming from? I don't know. I mean, like, I guess Star-Lord would have to kill Dynamo. I mean, it's possible. It is unlikely, but let's see what Rocket does here into Taskmaster. Okay, Vodka Blitz's math. I mean, it's still possible, but I think like you'd have to have like everything go perfectly right. Okay.
Sad noises from Rocket.
Yeah. And now Taskmaster is rolling 5 dice with cover. So
that probably doesn't matter. Only 2 successes coming into him. And Rocket is not on target tonight.
That's accurate for sure. No damage into Taskmaster. Okay. So now we have just Star-Lord and just Drax left, and we have just Red Guardian left. So the bottom of the board is being saved for last. I think you do have to try to get Drax here just because of that double walk throw into the Black Widow for an auto daze and VP swing.
So he's looking for 4 damage against Drax, who reduces by 1. Yeah, it's tough, but he's already got the power he needs to execute the play. So why not swing for it? I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems reasonable.
Although getting Red Guardian on a point, RichMid points are at a premium right now for him.
So I think that maybe then does that mean you just move and attack with Red Guardian, which would push Drax? Would Drax still be able to get that range? I would like to see the measurement of what a push on Drax, because he has an auto push on his builder, right? Red Guardian does.
That might be the play. You are putting Guardian in range to get double tapped by Star-Lord.
You are, but you do have you pay 2 power to count blanks. Maybe that's enough, and you have Comrade's
and you don't
Keeper.
Have an extract. Yeah.
You have Comrade's Keeper up, so you can. It's like Heroes for Hire, right? You can push Star-Lord further back. Yeah. So it looks like Rich has identified the same line that we're talking about here. Keep the power for defense. Yeah. So you exactly you do the builder. Auto throw and spender too. Joe Manji suggests. Okay, that's why Insidiously Mad is suggesting a builder here to keep the power for the blanks. Yeah, builder is the way to go. I like the auto push on Drax. I would love to see the measurement from Rich to see if the auto push gets him out of a double move throw into Black Widow. Just to be sure before he does the move action, but I mean maybe he understands the measurements on Infinity better than me.
Yeah. I'm eyeing it up. It looks like he's going to be there, but I agree. You've seen me play twice now, and it's I'm going to measure that twice or 3 times or 4 times, and then sit there and stare at it.
Yeah, that's I like to. I'm never sure, so I always like to do the measurements. And the only problem, I guess, like if I wanted to get like next level, right, power gamer, whatever, I would do a lot of this mapping on like in like do it when I'm loaded into the mod by myself and understand the map and the positioning better. He is doing a spender, so he's gonna throw Drax after the attack is resolved. He is rolling more dice too, so he's rolling 3 dice. Sorry, 6 dice instead of 5. All right, let's see what happens.
Oh, Drax whiffs.
Oh, 0. And let's see, it is Rich 4 with Rich. That's putting 3 damage on Drax, and the throw would kill him if he didn't have brace. Wow, lives on 1. And he's gonna
Wild.
now you just okay. Vengeance token goes out.
Well,
Whoa,
no.
whoa, whoa, no, it can't go out yet. He has to brace. Let's see the throw happens first.
Although I say
He
the
braced.
brace
Vodka
is
Blitz
online.
says brace. Vodka, so it means that it was probably called out. Yeah, you throw him away. You throw him away. He lives on 1, sure. He's gonna
That's what you
brace it
want
anyway.
anyway.
Yeah, you throw him as far away as possible from Black Widow.
Yeah.
So that you can.
The play is to save Black Widow, not to kill Drax.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Drax even rolled 4 defense dice from that hero token. He still whiffed it.
Yep. That's that's a defensive dice.
Oh, hold on. Whoa. Is that a medium throw on that? That he's measuring medium. No, it's short. Okay. I was like, holy moly, that's like even that's so good. But yeah, it's just it's like the same attack that OG Steve has, except it costs 1 more power. Yeah, they're cool. Ooh, is Rich getting greedy here?
Yeah.
That's all. That's okay.
Looks okay to my eyes, but yeah, that wasn't as safe as it could have been.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have Star-Lord and Drax to go. We've got no defensive tech for Red Guardian here. That was the that was the ooh, look at that.
Just there, it looks like.
Yep, he's going to be able to get there.
Yep. Stealth is not going to protect her. I was curious. It was not online.
This is
Rich.
this is a measurement that Rich should have measured before he committed Natasha to her activation. Yeah, this is like where like if you see if you can just think like ahead a couple activations and then measure the corresponding things, like you might be in a situation where you've got more knowledge about what's about to happen than your opponent, and it could pay off for you. So let's see if this works. We have Disruption Field though by Dynamo.
This is pretty huge. It's worth 2 points essentially, right? Because the charge is on. Yeah.
Exactly. He paid for hit and run, I think here. Yeah, so he's rolling 5 dice. He's got 2 successes. And he's got, oh, look at that. Rich was blocking 1 so far.
Only 1 converts from the Winging It token.
So he's 3 total. And oh wow, a Disruption Field is gonna shut this down probably.
Oh,
he needs to convert both of these. 25% chance. What's that? Oh, they're figuring it out dice, but
only one of the 2.
Wow, look at that. Blanks out. And that is Star-Lord's activation done because he had to do a move action and do a hit and run. But, like, so the question is, do you get onto the point? You don't, though, right? Because he's injured. I think you just move out. You move out of side of threat ranges. So you don't want to get dazed.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so you just have to kind of like run away a little bit.
Yeah. I think round 3 has gone good for TGLord. He needs to hedge for in case a round 5 happens.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so he's putting him right into the action here. He's not. Oh, he is on the point. Okay, yeah. So. All right. My God, Drax. Drax at 1 health, man. That's just very interesting. Now, what's the score going to be? We're going to score...
Yeah, he could throw here, right? Get the Guardian off it.
Yeah,
So
he's definitely going to score 2 infinities. And Rich is going to score 2 infinities, but he's got the 1 point. So this is a 1 point difference in score, it looks like.
yeah, it's tightening up for a
think,
huge run 4. Yeah.
But he's got to throw. He's got to throw the Red Guardian. So he's doing a spender. Oh, let's see. Does he have any displacement on his attacks? I don't think so. I don't remember him having that. Oh yeah, he does. Look at that. He's doing a Titan Killer into Oh wow, this is I just realized Titan Killer's awesome here because you get to extra dice for each damage on your character. He's got 5 damage on him. So he's going to be rolling 8 dice and he's got a wild throw on it. So he doesn't have to use the superpower. He could just do and he's got he's going to 11.
Big Dumb Hero token?
10 because of shock, but 11 because of Big Dumb Hero, right? So they negate each other. So yep.
He is looking pretty big and dumb. Can he get it done?
Boom!
Yeah,
there it
getting
is.
It done.
There it is. Nice work there for
3 blocks.
Oh, we have Disruption Field. Oh man, and we have Disruption Field. He's living.
Oh yikes! Oh goodness.
That's it. I thought
this
for
has
sure.
been some swingy dice.
Oh my God! I thought for sure he was dead with that 8 dice success, but yeah. Once again, insidiously mad. Once again, showing the spender was a mistake. Yeah, man. They just want to spender each other, I guess. Oh, okay. By Guardian. Okay. I'm too slow. All right. Yeah. So we have the question that I think Rich is asking himself is like, do I risk getting a wild here and getting displaced? Or do I take 4 damage and live and win but then he's throwing me anyway. He's throwing him anyway with the power. So you might as well Disruption Field it. Yeah, I think he ran the math and that looks like what is about to happen. Yeah, exactly, yeah. He can still throw him. So you Disruption Field this and hope he doesn't get a wild.
Yep. Hope to survive. You're definitely getting thrown off the point. That's
yeah. I mean, I think the reality is that you're already going off the point anyway. So like if you daze here, you're probably fine. Like, I mean, like you were gonna be off the point anyway. If your day is off the point at this point, we're so late in the game that like it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, I hear that, and I guess there's also like it's a throw, right? So there's another ping of damage coming through unless there's no brace. Yeah. So he really would need to convert 2 successes to failures to actually prevent this KO, maybe.
Wait, sorry. Hold on. He's doing 1. He's doing. No, he's still thinking about it. There it is. There it is.
They both need to fail, I think, because the throw is going to do more damage.
No, the throw is on a wild. The throw is on a wild, right? Yeah.
Correct, but if he survived with 1 HP, he would just get thrown into something.
He was okay. So I think he was already surviving on 1 HP. He was taking 4 before rerolls, before Disruption Field. So if he got 1 of those off, he'd be taking 3. And then the throw wouldn't kill him. But hold on, Drax is done. That was a mistake, right? Because no, never mind. I'm dumb. I'm so slow. I'm bad at this. All right, okay, he's dazed, so therefore there's no point in throwing him. There we go. My brain is now caught up. Okay. Yeah, it's a 1-point game. Wow, this is super intense. We have a cube drops for Beta Ray Bill. I mean, we just have Angela scoop those up, right? Double or move, pick them up, and then move away.
Gosh, it's got to be a tempting option.
It's so tempting. Yeah. It's so tempting.
It is. The game ends on this round, barring like wildly goofy dice. So you have to just sell out for points, right?
Yeah, and I think you just put Angela like right beside the tree. I think you put her at the right, touching the tree, so that you still get Disruption Field online, and you can't but you can't be thrown into each other. That's what I am seeing here. But it is tricky. Like the benefit of having Angela grab these though is that none of your aggressive rerolls work at all. Like Nebula doesn't get her rerolls, and you have like does she have flight? She has flight, right? So it's like Bill doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Bill doesn't get his reroll from the summon the storm. He only has 2 power. Oh, hold on. Nope, my bad. He's gonna have 4 power because they're still in the cleanup phase. So
Still though, no
hmm.
rerolls. That double spender is not attractive.
Yeah.
Or there won't be a
It's
double. The
just
single spender is not
tricky.
attractive. Yeah. Yeah, Angela. I heard a lot of hate for Angela kind of piling on after ASM's buffs, and I feel like she's pretty healthy in the meta. She's a nightmare for Logan. She has plenty of play left, even though ASM got buffed.
Yeah, exactly. Nick asks me if I need to get if my wife needs to get in here. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know if we want that. She would just start teasing me and all my friends that are in the chat here about our little toy hobby.
Bunch of
Wait,
nerds.
you're playing a toy game but on the computer? What are you?
We're not even playing,
Yeah,
Lucas.
oh, yeah. We're watching other people play while we talk about it. Oh man. Oh, she was judging me hard. That's all. It's all love. It's all love. So, I mean, like, look, she lets me stream like freaking 6 nights a week. Or I don't say lets me, but like she does her own thing. So that's pretty cool that I get to spend free time doing what I like. So anyway,
It's a good partnership.
yeah. And so we have the next round here. We have 13-12 for TGLord. And if it scores exactly how it did last round, it'll be a tie game, which is very exciting. It means that one player has to swing it in their direction if they want to win this round.
They got to go for the 2-point conversion or just play it safe and see round 5. That's the
Yeah, yeah. If I think that it's interesting because like um if we say like what happens if it goes another round, who's winning? It's so tight that like uh it
it
could
is
be
not
anybody.
obvious.
Yeah, it is so
Yeah.
not obvious.
It usually is at this point. It is
Yeah,
not now though.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very intense game. The I think that the only thing I would say is that having almost all of the guardians that can interact being injured is I would say like maybe that's the slightest advantage to Rich's side, especially with Drax on 1, so effectively he like is coming
Yeah,
off the
his
board.
most likely his activation's important. Taking that away and getting this point looks like
Yeah.
I want it and I want it all move
We're-
from RichMid that he's thinking about right now.
Yeah, we're for sure gonna see um we're gonna see an attack into Drax. It looks like we're seeing an attack into Drax, the spender, and he's rolling 5 dice into TG Lord's 4. If he does this, he can then play Frenzy on Angela and get another short move. I don't know if that helps at all, but um, let's see here. Let's see. I've got some comments here that are offering suggestions. I think here, analytics say go for 2 or
Yeah, the analytics do say
Dude,
go
I
for
don't know
2,
what is
right?
that.
A bunch of football goofing.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. I love it.
Everybody goes for 4th down and 2-point conversions nowadays.
Right, right.
It's
Yeah.
apparently how you win.
Is that the new meta in American football?
It has morphed significantly over the
the
past few
meta the
years.
meta is now going for
Yep,
2. That's
yep.
pretty cool.
It really has. 4th down, there's really people are taking advantage of the fact that you get 4 downs.
Right, right. Okay, yeah. That's funny. That's cool. Interesting. All
It
right.
really is. It's brought some life to the game.
It's like the sabermetrics from like baseball or whatever. They're realizing that like the
Absolutely.
mathematics statistically, like you're gonna score more points if you like always go for it and always go for the 2. Pretty cool. All right, so
Yep,
what do we
yep.
have? We have a whiff on Angela. Oh, big. He needed that to kind of solidify the turn.
Yeah, this doesn't feel nearly as good as it would have. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
like even just like grabbing those and like falling back or like moving into a different position it did feel pretty risky. 5 into 4, you need 1 to go through. Even if you got like, oh, you know what? He had the hit roll. Hmm.
He missed a pursuit opportunity. He
I
might
think he
not have
did.
needed it
Yeah, but
because he
like,
might want to have placed on that side anyway, far away from Bill.
yeah, but here's the thing though, is that maybe that advanced trigger gets you into a spot where if you hit him with the Godslayer or whatever it's called, this sorry, Zepho Sword of the Stars, you can trigger the frenzy, and then you can then use the frenzy's move action to pick up the cube, and then you would have got you at least you would have killed KO'd Durax and got the cubes. Whereas now you only got one of the things you wanted in the full activation. He could have thrown terrain.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, the throw
yeah. I feel like
terrain.
there was so
Yeah.
much missed there. That advanced trigger, free advanced trigger, you should have taken that and thrown terrain. Yeah, exactly, Joe.
So 2 range from Red Guardian and then the small afterwards. He might have gotten to that extract, but maybe the extract wouldn't have been important at that point if he's taking away that activation.
Yeah, Burning Brace is.
I mean, I guess there's a point over there too. Yeah.
I think that Red Guardian could just get smashed here. He's looking at a throw. Drax is gonna throw into Red Guardian potentially.
Probably needs to attack first, right? Because you need the range. But he's probably mathing that out.
Yeah, I mean, you got 9 power on Drax, and he has got 1 health left. I mean, this is like best case. This is like literally the best possible situation for Drax to get a full activation in this 2 full activations. In this situation.
Is the pain that he needs to he really needs to he needs both of these attacks to do the work into Red Guardian, and he needs the second attack to get the throw into CD and daze him.
I mean, that would be like perfect. That would be like absolutely perfect. I mean, even if he has no brace, right? So even if you put Red Guardian on 1 health, maybe you put him on 2 health, and then you put him on 2 health left with the 2 attacks. The second attack hits a wild, so you throw into. Oh, I see what you're saying. Is that you can't throw twice into Crimson Dynamo because you don't have the range. You're missing the range. Okay, so you get 1 throw opportunity with Drax into Red Guardian if you want it.
It's good. He's got plenty of clock. He should think about all the options. Yep. I was tunneling over there too. I'm sure he might have just felt that and shook himself out of it.
Yeah. That's a good call out of that. Like you want to realize when you're tunneling on like one thing and try to like open your mind to think outside the box a little bit if you can.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff going on here.
Yeah. It's very intense. They've been playing really quickly too. Like the fact that they're only like just over halfway through their clocks, means that they're in general been playing pretty quickly. Considering we're only on round 4, they've spent 35 minutes for they've done 3 rounds, so they've done like 12 minutes a roundish. I don't know, like maybe
11 heroes on the board. That is pretty fast.
I think it is just for the amount of characters. You're right.
Hiding his sticks a bit, playing a little crafty with those. There's still so much round to happen here. I'm always wary of doing like too much measuring because my opponent still has so many activations left. You gotta play your cards kind of close to your chest.
Yeah, it is very complicated when you've got you're right. Like how many? Let's see, 10 more activations to go in this round. It's wild.
Yeah. You really do have to be careful with those sticks. That's you give your opponent some good ideas or some things to watch out for. He's got plenty of time to act on it.
Yeah, look at that. Interesting that like Nebula is within 3 of Black Widow. So I think that means it was a small positioning mistake on his part, right? He had all that movement to remove Black Widow, and he was tunnel visioning on staying away from Star-Lord, and ultimately he stayed within Nebula's range to be able to place, giving Nebula really a full activation of a double attack activation, where he could have prevented that by millimeters.
You're right. It's super painful since the getting the space to avoid to stay in stealth didn't pan out. Oof, that is tough. That's really tough. Rich is thinking about that right now, I'm sure.
Yeah. As soon as he saw the tool go down, it's like, oh shoot. Yeah. Nick says dazing characters makes the game go faster. Yeah, dazing characters is like the best form of crowd control, right?
Yeah, good point. There have not been 11 times 3. There haven't been 33 activations.
Yeah. I think I mean it's you go with Drax here because of the the output potential.
Yeah, yep. It's going to get taken away from you. It's amazing it didn't already.
Yeah. All right. We've got Drax paying 3 power to displace Red Guardian.
Ooh, interesting.
Interesting that it's
He is not going for dazing both Red Guardian and Crimson Dynamo with the Dream. He's doing something a little more down to earth, probably.
Let's see what he does here. Moving and attacking Angela, I guess. You're rolling 8 dice. You're rolling an 8 dice spender. If you do the spender with a wild throw you, like Vodka Blitz mentioned, throw closer to Rocket so Rocket can 2-tap. And Bill can attack you twice potentially. So you're really, I think this is more of a setup, but you still get it's like an 8 dice attack setup. Putting her in a really awkward position.
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting this extract off of her would be pretty meaningful.
Yeah.
Drax is not going to score him points this round, so taking him off the serum canister, in all likelihood.
Right.
I get it. This is a missile, not it's nothing else right now.
Titan Killer.
Got to deliver some damage.
Okay. So let's see what we got here. 8 dice. No. Oh, well, hold on. He's rolling 5. Whoa. What happened here? 1, 2. Oh, hold on. He rolled 4.
Is it the
headbutt? I guess. It's an auto push.
Yeah.
That's why he's doing it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Just wants to make sure he gets the double tap with Beta Ray Bill.
Oh man, if I'm
that
rolling
was already
8
there.
dice,
Yeah, because the spenders.
if I'm rolling 8 dice, man, I think I'm like banking on getting that wild.
Yeah, at this point in the game.
Yeah. I see. Hold on. Disruption field would have stopped the wild.
Would have stopped the wild.
Yeah.
If you
very
wanted to
clever.
push. Yeah. TGLord thinking clearly here. He used his clock wisely.
Yeah. Exactly. Even like the end game here. End game is very intense. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Right. Very. Wow. Thinking very clearly, even though we're in the end game. So nice work from TGLord there. I think that was a pretty solid move.
Absolutely. So, I guess no cover for Beta Ray Bill's spenders now.
We missed Vodka Blitz. We missed tricks and traps from Rocket. The booby traps. He could have hit. Angela. Yeah. We got spider foe emojis in the chat. That's great. I love it. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do now. We've got Rich has got some decisions to make. Grab. Yeah, I think you get Widow away from Nebula. You also put her in range of Comrade's Keeper, which gets Red Guardian a range 2 place, I think, off of Black Widow if someone goes into her, which is great because then he can be back into the fight. Yeah, so like Rich is measuring. That's what he's measuring right there, the Comrade's Keeper.
Yeah, this does feel strong.
Yeah, Kane says like maybe he could have gone into Dynamo to deny the activation. I mean, maybe 3. The problem is that Disruption Field is like so good. And the damage reduction. Yeah, it's like, damn man, going into Dynamo is like always like it could be sad.
I think that's why CGR exists. The developers, I think, we're starting to look at the defensive suites that were appearing. They miscalculated.
Yeah.
I don't see. But yeah, some of the defensive tech that's on the board nowadays is truly terrifying.
Oh yeah, especially when basically every model you play is like has damage reduction or the equivalent, or maybe counts blanks or whatever, can raise shields. It's like sometimes it's very hard to chew through.
staring down Luke Cage's, Crimson Dynamos, ASMs increasingly with their witty banter, which they can suddenly afford.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You can bring in 5 and 6 dice attacks is not going to get the job done sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. You really need like that extra like incinerate or just like the like a very high volume of them. Like you need something to um really need something to punch through the enemy team. Or I mean, or you could roll like Rich and just like roll like those like
It's
phenomenal
true. It's
dice
true.
rolls. I mean, like those will do it. But like the thing is that Rich rolled so many dice that like some of them were bound to connect. Uh,
Absolutely. Very
so
efficient turns.
yeah, it would mathematically it's like you're gonna get a few damage through, and you've done so many of them that overall the dice are probably like it's hard to say, right? Because you roll so many dice unless you like actually were tallying them up. It's hard to say if you
Yeah.
your rolls were better than what they should have been or not.
This is the first tabletop game I've ever played, and I've loved it. Obviously, gotten into it. Spent a lot of time with it, but I've heard people talking about dice and keeping up with their own statistics, and
Right.
I think I would rather just have my head canon. The
Yeah,
dice were good. The dice were bad. I don't want to do the math, guys.
That's totally exactly. Okay, so we have a spend. Well, what do we have here? This was a regular attack into. No, this was the spender. He just didn't pay for it. I'm not sure. He did an attack. It looks like now he's doing a throw. And I think he whiffed the attack. That's what it was. Yeah. It's Dynamo's
Three
fault we have
defensive dice.
CGR. Like it's just pendulum swinging, right? Like that. It's crazy because like CGR is out, right? Now, can you imagine the beast of a character that they're gonna come out with and the defensive tech that they're gonna have
They
to
didn't buff
respond to
Colossus
CGR,
enough.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They needed to buff Colossus a bit more. And
Oh yeah, we're gonna see like this like super like I don't know who are we gonna see that is going to be super defensive tech to counter
yeah.
CGR.
The trick is that traditionally,
Professor
right?
X will be insane.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. There's the next. The X-Men get another card, right? That denies
Oh
damage.
yeah, there we
Like a
go. Yeah,
second exceptional healing, essentially.
Xavier's Dream. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. My buddy played a proxy of that against me, and he dove me with his Logan. And let me tell you, it was a frustrating game.
Yeah.
I did not kill Logan.
The you know what that I don't know, I don't remember what the card says exactly if it like if an X-Men has to use it, but like it's cool. I'm just like a cute little synergy is just like those characters like Cyclops who can like roll 5 dice, and if you do no damage they take 2 damage, right? So you play that
Absolutely.
with Xavier's Dream, and then you can any character can use Xavier's Dream. So but either way, Cyclops is the perfect example. It's a perfect synergy here because he's already at X-Men, but like you can use what is it called, like Vodka Blitz will know the extra dice on Cyclops, and then they take 2 damage, and then boom, like for you can basically guarantee it, or like not quick draw there. You
Yeah,
can
that is incredible
yeah
synergy. Wow. Yeah. And it's completely online. Not unlikely at all, it feels like.
yeah, and I think it's other characters are paying that power, right? For each character that pays one power, you get that much damage reduction, and there's no minimum on it from what I saw. So it's like maybe it's only 2 damage through. Like maybe it's probably going to be low generally speaking because you're rolling 5 defense dice, and then so only a couple power. Boom, they take damage. Like it just makes you scared to attack the team, right? They've got Xavier's Dream online, and if you attack them, you could just daze right there. It's pretty cool. I wonder if it'll be a more than cute.
It'll be cute for sure.
Yeah.
Well, so looking for the spender on Rocket here. Just hoping
Ignore
to
cover. Ignore cover on the spender. Yeah,
yeah.
it's cool. I like that. It's
Rocket's not doing too much. I know this point is up for grabs.
You do have 2 spenders. Like if you get that range place, yeah, I think he's there. I think he's got the measurement on it. But it is tight. It is very tight. And if you obviously, here's the thing: if it was going to take you a move action, and you might be able to make it with the place, just do the place because you have enough power to place and attack twice. And if you are in range with the place, boom, you get to do the attack twice. And And if you aren't, you just do the move action because you were going to do the move action anyway.
Yeah, it feels that way to me too. I guess maybe he's thinking of wanting to be super cagey with his 2 place if after this attack to try to preserve the point, but
so he's going to do one attack into Rocket.
Yeah, and then run away, I suppose.
Yeah.
Buddy up next to Drax. This is not going to the next round.
We do
or,
have.
I say that it could.
Yeah, I think you need to shut down. I think you need to shut down Angela. Did he do the place there? No, he did the move.
Nope, the advance. Yeah, he's saving the place to retreat.
Okay, that's totally fair because the Rocket could actually get Dynamo.
Yep. Two attacks into there, especially if he does damage. Rocket could be juiced.
Yeah.
Does 2 damage. Oh no, there's only 1 spender coming at you either way.
No cover here. Rocket rolls nothing. Let's see if he gets 3.
Nothing.
Oh, whiff. Both sides whiff, and Rocket lives. That's probably the best you could hope for if you don't do any damage. Oh, but he's putting Disruption Field online.
That's what he's thinking. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, Angela has so much HP, 6 HP to chew through, but shoot, he doesn't need to go that far for Disruption Field to be online. Maybe measure 3 away from Angela.
So if this was Rich's game plan the whole time, I think the range 2 place is still the better move to do. Like assuming the tree isn't in the way, because you are still doing both things, but maybe you could have pivoted to doing 2 attacks. Whereas by spending the action first, you are in a position where you kind of like locked yourself into this one solution.
Yeah, yep. And I think that's 100% true if the 2 gets him there for the attack.
Yes, yeah.
Obviously he was a little scared to make that gamble, I think, is probably what played out there.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Okay, so
no, I guess because you
just would have moved.
That all works out. Yeah,
you just would have moved to where you are now and then done the spender.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think so.
Yeah, it was close. Even not having cover there, and Rocket survives the little.
Yeah, that was no damage, right? 0.
Yeah.
Honestly, TGLord might have been a little disappointed.
Okay, let's see. Very interesting situation now for both players. We've got 3 cubes on Rich's side. Star-Lord. Who's activating last? So I think that TGLord has a significant advantage here by having last activation.
It can't be Nebula with the last one though, because it's got to be a point scorer. So that activation is kind of forced here shortly. And gosh, yeah, not much control coming with the other heroes. Control through attrition is kind of the only hope.
Well, we have Groot with the throw.
That's true.
I think we're gonna see Groot activate last and throw Taskmaster off the point. So I think that Rich is in a situation here. Oh, sorry, hold on. He's got 5 cubes.
Yeah,
Holy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be time to hurry up and go, I suppose.
Yes, yeah. I think and he's got Comrade's Keeper online with so he needs to take out Angela to win this game. Because Rocket needs to take out Angela, so he gets the 2 cubes in the back point. Oh man. Taskmaster will get displaced. Yeah, TGLord needs to daze or kill models. Yes, yeah, that's right. So I didn't realize. I think my camera was like hiding the cubes, so I couldn't see. I couldn't see them.
Yeah.
But yeah, 5 cubes on Rich. Yeah, he's in a great spot. I'm worried that moving Groot here is potentially a mistake because you need him to deal with Taskmaster, but.
Yeah, you really kind of have to live the dream here. If you need it all to work out.
Yeah. Oh man, he's opting to do a spender into Angela. I would imagine here, right? You've got.
There's a world where he throws Angela into Crimson Dynamo.
Okay.
Maybe
look at that! Look at that! He puts Root on Crimson Dynamo, meaning he can't Disruption Field it. That's why he's going with Groot first. Very cool. Very cool.
All right, so he's going to get a spender with Groot, and then he'll get 2 attacks with Rocket on this side, and we'll see what happens.
Yep, and no Disruption Field now, so that was I love the play.
You almost don't want to throw Angela into Crimson Dynamo to keep that field down, but I
Yeah.
suppose it's
I think
he
you
kind of
throw
needs
Angela
to daze both. He needs
into
to daze
Rocket,
both.
right? Throw
Yeah.
Angela into Rocket because he doesn't take collision damage.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
fair enough.
I mean,
Yeah, yep.
there you can throw anywhere basically. It doesn't really matter.
Getting the dice right. There we go. One crit. See what it converts. Nada. So 3 punching through. That's decent.
Okay, that's I mean that still puts Angela on edge here. 3 left, no
Gonna take
disruption
one
for
more
you.
damage from a collision, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, auto collision.
See what he decides here, whether to try to pour into Dynamo with it and turn on the disruption field or keep that away.
Yeah, this is like I'm like super nervous because like
I,
this could go either way. It's crazy.
I'm so happy that TGLord played fast with it because he really has been needing to not feel stressed by the clock here to have a chance to undo this puzzle.
Yeah, it would. It's we'll see if TGLord can. If the game is tied, I would start getting a little nervous about the clock. But yeah, Kane says, Lucas, Curtis is talking about a 3-hour stream with you next week about how broken OG Carol is. When is that? I mean, tell Curtis to call me, all right, and we'll sort it out. Maybe we'll do a little skirmish game for fun, and I'll play a CGR list and on Demons Downtown, and he'll play his Hellfire list with Carol, and we'll see if he's right. I'll test it because he's saying that he's shadowboxing himself with Carol against Guardians against basically all forms of CGR, and he's saying Carol's a rock star. So it'd be cool to have someone play against him instead of him shadowbox himself, and then and we'll stream it for fun or something like that.
She's been an edge splash consideration, like a goofy kind of one, admittedly, for a while, just as like anti-Guardians tech. But talk about a time for wanting it. Really,
Yeah.
and it's not just anti-Guardians. I think there's plenty of compelling places to play CGR. Other affiliations can can use this kit just fine as well.
Yeah.
If you see CGR on your opponent's roster, you could bring Carol and maybe sweat a little bit less. She will be taking energy attacks, so you're going to get to see the defensive tech on display.
Yeah, exactly. Her rolling 4 with that pierce, that wild reverse pierce, and yeah, Guardians are like the energy attack affiliation. I mean, like, look at this one. Look at this team. Now, of course, like CGR would be taking up the spot of 6th threat here, like, or whatever, like Drax and Groot or something. He'd build a different team. But you've got Star-Lord, Bill, and Rocket and Nebula all throwing pretty heavy energy attacks. None of them have a pierce on those attacks, which means that Carol doesn't have to worry about her reverse pierce getting pierced before she can activate it. Whereas, like, if you play Carol into Inhumans with CGR, the Black Bolt Wild Pierce can kind of like can take away her Wild Pierce. Right? Like, that's just the way
undoes it. The
yeah,
timing.
exactly. The timing works. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, and you think about the other meta heroes. There's plenty of opportunity for Carol to shine. If you don't see Crimson Dynamo or Beta Ray Bill in a game, it's pretty rare.
Yeah, I know.
And both of them are leveraging energy attacks, especially against flyers. BRB wants to use his.
Yeah, that's the thing too, though. That I'd be like a little cautious about is that Beta Ray Bill gets those extra rerolls against flyers, and Carol is a flyer.
So perhaps that kind of negates some of her advantage. Yeah,
I think it's kind of neutral a little bit between the both. Black Bolt has a pierce on his builder, never noticed. Oh man, what, you just like roll bad with Black Bolt? I won a game a second win because my opponent's Black Bolt did not roll like a 6 dice with Wild Pierce and a reroll like what you'd expect it to roll, and it saved me on a couple of situations.
Yeah, he's definitely a terror nowadays. I'm happy about the changes for him. If anyone was deserving, it was old Black Bolt.
Yeah, he was kind of. It's funny because like he was like kind of laughed at for a while, and then
Yes.
Nick and a few other players, Ron, have shown like really what you can do if you like with the proper team and setup and all that. It was really it's really cool. I mean, Nick's like the guy who created who basically is the one who created the list that Pat's been running, and a lot of really good players running. Right, he just like jamming CGR into humans and basically optimizing his power and getting to his full kit like the whole time.
Yeah. If you can get that spender off an extra time or two, that's just the whole difference. I feel like a lot of times.
Yeah, check out my YouTube video where you get to see a Black Bolt in humans CGR combo on full display because Nick played on my stream. So yeah, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, why don't you give that a shot? And check out all my videos. I got tons of videos on season 12. So yeah, if anyone's watching and isn't subscribed yet, do that. there's my shill or whatever.
Good plug.
Yeah.
No, really, a ton of amazing content. You've, I definitely want to thank you and your wife for letting you watch the game for so many days this season. It's really a wealth of competitive videos. So it's really great stuff.
Yeah, thanks. It's been a lot of fun to do this, and I'm always looking for new commentary partners. It's really cool. I feel like it's more community building to try to get as many different people join me on these casts, and we can share lots of different perspectives on the game as we watch these really strong players in their matches.
So the agony here, I can see the calculations spinning around their heads. The meme is on full.
Yeah, we're getting under 20 minutes now. So like in my mind, like when I've played and the clocks are getting this low, it's like, I don't know, it's just like a little more tense. The clocks are switching back a little quicker, right? They're like when you're playing in person, you're just like. All right, my action's on click. All right, I'm doing the click. I'm click. The clocks start clicking back
over each other.
Yeah. Click. All right, I'm done. All right, you're gonna roll your defense roll. I don't care. I like click. Roll your defense roll on your clock now. It's a little. Like as you get down to the minutes, you're. It starts friendly, and then it starts clicking a lot faster as you get to the last 10% of the clock or whatever, last 20% of the clock.
It's fun though. An hour is appropriate. I feel like you can have a quality game. You still get your pockets. You can sit still and think for 5 minutes if you need to.
I've second win they had 45 minutes each side, and that was pretty good in my experience. Basically, the only time it was like if you get a round 5 tie, it's very likely going to clocks. That was the only thing. Is like, but this extra 15 minutes for both players means that it shouldn't. It means that you should be able to play out your time. Curtis has joined the stream. Curtis is joining the stream now. Huge event for Lucas. What do you mean he's joining the stream? He's joining the Carol stream. Oh, dude, Curtis, I don't know if you were here, but I said I want to play you. I want to play you. I want to play a Demons Downtown game against your squad, and I will play Guardians of the Galaxy with CGR into your team. And then we can put it to the test. Vodka Blitz had an 8-round game at second wind. Oh, that's wild.
That's incredible. Yeah, there was no friendliness there. There were clocks at second wind, right? You were describing that to me, Lucas, earlier this week.
Yeah.
So
8 rounds, 45.
Holy cow. Whoa. I can't believe that didn't go to clock, or perhaps it did. But
oh fuck! It's still at 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean that's why you're Vodka Blitz. I mean you're at second wind, where they serve alcohol, and you're playing quickly. I don't know. Is that where the name comes from?
Loose and fast. It's hard for me to imagine Vodka Blitz playing his team. I can't. I'm a slower player, probably on average, and especially when I play defensive kind of teams or teams that are, Sam and stuff. It's hard for me to be decisive. I just have to agonize so much about defense. All right, we got something going on here. Sorry,
Yeah, we got Red Guardian just moving on to the points. He's getting within the range 3 of Natasha for the Comrade's Keeper, I would imagine. And yeah, good luck to Curtis and his match. He's playing Hyper Viper now, so that'll be cool. Hopefully Hyper gets the stream on. So we've got a big roll, but it looks like Drax is gone.
Yep.
There we go. You can't have him if he got to activate in round 5, assuming a tie game. Oh man, that'd be wild.
Yeah, it would have felt like a coup. That's Red Guardian doesn't have much else to do. That's took his move, took his attack.
Oh,
Gotta see if Nebula can find some value.
Yep, no reroll here, and looks like you are putting Angela. It does have cover, but you really want to give Rocket the best percentage chance of. Okay, Vodka Blitz is going with a mistake. Vodka knows the game better than me. All right, he's already done the math, so I'm just like, so if he says it's wrong, it's probably the wrong move here. But I think the idea behind TGLord's activation here is to soften up Angela for another, to guarantee Rocket gets the 2 cubes on him. All right, we have a 3 successes with Rich's cover, and we have 5. So Angela takes 2. Did she already apply the damage? She must have.
Yes.
Yep, she must have. Okay. But she's living on 2, man. Wild.
Yeah,
do we have a crit explosion?
So the place.
Oh, I think we had a reroll on TGLord's side, but the reroll didn't actually matter. Like, he can't reroll. So I think that's why the dice math didn't look like they added up, and that's probably why.
So 7 points right now for Rich. Gotta get really all 3 of these, right?
7. So that means that we're at 2 for TGLord. We got Starlord on a point, and we've got Rocket on a point. Wow. Yeah. Holy moly. So if we get an Angela Days here, with last activation on Rocket, that's going to be a 2-point swing, putting TGLord at 4. 17 to Rich's 5. 17.
17.
So Starlord.
Yep. There will be a 1 crack, right? From Taskmaster will get 1 shield throw to try to change that.
Yeah. Very interesting. The wow. Dice were modified, so yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, this is super intense here. Starlord just moves. He just doesn't move and hit and run attack into probably into Black Widow, right? Because I don't know. I think that if you Comrade's Keeper this, I have to look at this card. You place within 2 of the ally. So my question would be like, does that range 2 place keep him on this secure? And if you and then what would happen is, let's say Natasha. If Natasha dies, she drops the cube. We get the throw from Red Guardian, and then Starlord is forced to use the move action to probably go back onto the secure. And that would mean that Rich would only score 4. They'd score 4, and then Rich would lose by 1 VP. So I think that is probably the line that TGLord would have to take here. Now, I mean, it makes sense to go with Starlord now because you need Rocket to go last. I don't know, like, I think both are fine.
Yeah.
Because Taskmaster can't displace, and he's healthy.
There's no rush on this side. Yeah, I think the rush might be on the other side.
But the question basically, is, could Taskmaster get onto the point in a spot, get on a point and contest the contesting? Does that matter? Or not? Okay, anyway, we've got the attack. We have Comrade's Keeper just as suggested. I think, we're doing, what are we doing here? Okay. Red Guardian can play the card on himself, so it depends on who he attacked. Looks like he's, yeah, okay. He's doing the thing exactly what I suggested. TGLord's only out is to have Rocket Daze Angela and pick up the pieces, and Rocket would have to survive, which is totally possible.
It is. Yep. He's got 2 attacks. He needs to build a power with his builder though, to be able to do a spender, right? Otherwise, he won't be able to pick up.
Yeah.
Oh no, 2. He needs 2 power if he's going to spend.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, you're right. So we're doing the attack into Red Guardian, and Red Guardian probably paid 2 power here for the counting shields, I would imagine. Yep. So he counts blank. Sorry, but okay. So we have TGLord rolling 3 successes into Red Guardian rolling his blocks right now, counting blanks.
Oh, huge conversion from TGLord.
Oh wow, that could get him. Let's see if the blanks convert. Oh, just 1. That's it. Oh no, he lives on 1. He lives on 1. That's crazy.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Does he have a wing in it? No, he doesn't. That's it. Lives on 1.
Already burned the wing in it to get to the success.
Oh yeah, okay. Wow. Yep. Holy moly, live on 1. That's insane. Oh man, that would have. Now he's gonna throw him, and Starlord is gonna use the move action from the hit and run to move back on the point.
Yeah.
If he didn't do a hit and run here, then he loses the game, right? Probably. I think he loses the game if he didn't. Yep. But I trust that he did.
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah.
He used a spender. Did he? Hold on. Did he not have the power? Did he hit and run too, though? Uh-oh.
He had quite a bit of power. I don't know how much
he had. He didn't hit and run. He did not. Ooh, I think that was the blunder. Yeah, that was he needed to. Oh man. That's ouch, because now he isn't scoring. He can't score enough to win. That's it. That sealed the game. For sure he needed to hit and run that so he could get back on the point.
It's hard when you play a faction you don't get a lot of reps into. Yeah. How many times have you been staring down Comrade's Keeper? I know that TGLord had it in his mind, but obviously lost it in his mind for a moment there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's very tricky. Oh, that's such a bummer. We could have had a tie game here on with 10 minutes left on each. That would have been so intense. But Rich is probably breathing a pretty big sigh of relief here.
Yeah. Was Starlord still within 1 of the serum cancer shooting? What happened?
He moved.
If he managed to daze Red Guardian.
So he would have been in a winning position. He would have probably won the game, assuming Rocket dazes Angela. He would have won the game. TGLord. So he was 1 damage off of winning the game. That's just nutty.
So he went for the spender to try to get the damage instead of avoiding the push away.
Yeah. He threw it all on a Hail Mary when he could have played it safer and tied the game and gone to another round.
That's what it felt like a bit. Hey, the analytics, you go for 2. We were just talking about.
yeah, that's right.
He's only got 9 minutes. The
Rocket
other guy has 11 minutes.
Rocket's going for the 2-point conversion here, right?
Yeah. That's what's going on here. Oh, spicy.
Oh yeah, so we have Taskmaster throwing a shield. So he threw a first shield, and it looks like he chunked Groot for 3 damage. Did he get the ricochet? Is this his second? Is this yeah? So we got the ricochet and got another attack, and so then he didn't do any damage. It didn't look like. So he just gained the power. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
But he gave enough power. Rocket's doing a spender, because he can attack into other characters to generate the power for the cubes.
Try to build.
But I mean, the game's over now if he doesn't kill Angela and then kill Taskmaster or Crimson Dynamo. He needs to kill 2 characters here to win.
He doesn't have his wild for the deal there. No,
Angela goes down. No wild. Yeah, so no wild, so he doesn't get the free damage. Killing Dynamo seems more likely. Yeah, so you've got 5 dice. You have 5 dice. You've got Taskmaster in cover, and you have Crimson Dynamo in no cover. Yeah, you have to. Taskmaster has 5 health left. Dynamo has 3. You have to go into Dynamo here.
Time to roll some crits.
And if you do 3 damage to Crimson Dynamo, you have enough power for all 3 cubes. So you win the game because you've got 4 VPs, and Rich only has. Oh, it's maybe it's. Yeah, you both get 4 VPs.
Will he be able to pick it up if he drops
Yeah.
it? That range might be stretchy a bit.
So you win the game if you kill Dynamo. Here we go. This is it. It's crazy. It comes down to one attack roll. Oh man, these games are wild. I think yeah, man, don't go on Taskmaster. You lose the game if you only pick up 2 cubes. Oh man, I think you don't. I don't think you win here then. Oh, he has 2 VPs though. You'd have to kill him, which is not happening from what I'm seeing here. Yeah, that's it. That's game because he doesn't have enough.
Yeah, yeah.
He can pick up the cubes. Gets him 3 VPs, and Rich scores 5. Yeah, Rich scores 5, putting him at 17-16. Gosh,
Intense.
man. Hold on, am I doing this wrong? Yeah. Star-Lord being off the point only gets him 3 total victory points. I think he's missing something. Should be at 16, right? Oh, Rocket only did 1 damage, so he could only pick up 1 cube. That's why he's at 15.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
Fight the battle.
They've moved the scores, so let's go into the chat. Let's go into their chat and we can ask some questions.
He's up there with any of the games I've played there. Yeah, I think we've got Lucas joining us now as well.
Yeah, guys, thanks for letting us stream that game. That was a nail biter. Holy moly! TGLord, what do you think of the game? And of course, I mean, like the big question is like, what's the thinking behind not bringing CGR in this crisis combination versus this team?
And I have Infinity in my secure, and when I pick this one, I always go White Guardians. I love to play White Guardians like 6 wide. Usually it works pretty well. Not tonight, but it was a pretty good game. At the start of the game, I was in trouble. Then I think the throw of Angela into Dynamo, Dynamo into Angela to Dazer was big for me. So I was confident at that point, but then another key point was when Starlord was here and I hit and run Widow that was here. She was on 1. If I daze her, take his cube, it's like a 4 swing point. I would have been at 15 and Rich at 10 if I daze her here. But it's MCP, so
yeah, it was a close game. Like even at the end there, if you KO'd Red Guardian, I think you very likely tie the game. Or you could easily tie the game, and it's like it just creates a whole other world. And it was really crazy. We were Jiverson and I were saying like after round 3, it was just like this could go 2 more rounds. It's so close. We have no idea who's gonna win. And it was really great. You guys both played really well and made some really strong decisions. Rich, congratulations on
Thank you.
On the win. That was I love how you brought Winter Guard here. We thought we'd see a CGR mirror perhaps. So it was really cool to see some characters that are in a team in general that doesn't see a ton of play compared to the other teams. So what was your thinking going into deployment? I think like the major turn 1 thing was like why bring R&D and like what's the thinking behind the squad here?
So the thinking behind the squad, I got half of what I wanted with Angela, which was cubes. She is in my roster purely for cubes, just to go, generally go up on VPs if I have priority. The thinking behind it and the reason for, I suppose the reason for Winter Guard, generally is it's the team I have the highest win rate on. I think I'm over a 90% win rate now with them in ranked events. I've taken them to some pretty big events and won the events as well. I was 100% expecting Cosmic Ghost Rider. And with Cosmic Ghost Rider on 17, I was taking a gamble that he wasn't going to use the eyes on the prize play. So that was the reason for Angela. But I still thought even if he didn't bring Cosmic Ghost Rider, just having that long move on the medium base just gave me something that I really needed when the map was this far out. I needed to be able to get between points. And yeah, I mean, advanced R&D is purely there to turn on some things round one for a couple of characters. It can give an extra power to Red Guardian. It can give an extra power to Black Widow if I want to use a vertical assistance round one. Obviously, with Angela, it lets me make a long move. It lets me do a Blades of Ichor to then potentially get the pursuit and still have enough power to do the Odin's Daughter Might with the throw. So
Right, I see.
it just turns on a few things. I didn't end up using it, or I didn't end up using the power that effectively. I don't think, but I do like advanced R&D on Winter Garden, and typically that is my opening play, especially when I don't have priority and it's not hammers. Hammers shakes things up considerably because you need to make sure that if your opponent takes one, you take the other. But with the cubes being on my back point, I knew, as soon as I saw Bill, as soon as I saw the eyes on the prize, I knew what was happening there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was still able to do that turn one play with Crimson Dynamo, get him onto a point, and not have to worry too much about his power, because at that point he had a cube and he was on the point as well, which meant he's generating 3 power next round. So actually dishing that power out wasn't too much of a bad thing. And I kind of knew as soon as I sort of started to see him line up Star-Lord and Drax there, I kept going back and forth calculating if I could get the angles, and I could. And it was a really nice opening beam, and being able to do that amount of damage that early on to those guys, I think really helped.
You had
first beam was good.
You had a
Yeah,
vertical
go ahead.
assistance play where you were trying to rotate Angela and Natasha to your left flank. I was thinking, like, so what was the thinking there? Did you you ultimately decided to play vertical assistance on Angela? Were you considering playing it on Black Widow to get her, like, to be able to reach the serum? Were you, like, what were your thoughts on that play?
Yeah, it could have gone either way. She already had a cube at this point, so I wanted to try and get her out of a bit of danger. Obviously, stood behind that range 3 building made it easier, but absolutely the idea behind the play there was to allow Anja to be able to double move up, go pick up the serum, but also then be on the point as well. So yeah, that was the thinking behind that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked your use of the what is it, the Sovereign Strike. It was like the perfect situation to be able to play that card, and you really got, like, a high level of effectiveness out of it. Jiverson, do you have a question for the players?
No, not so much of a question as much as kind of commendations for both callouts of, I think, some excellent plays. And we were rolling right into my commendation for Rich, which was I think Lucas and I were talking about round one. Where are you going to commit Angela? You obviously had to break parity. You had to force something. You decided to bring her to Groot and Rocket's side. Which we both agreed at the time was the move. The points were kind of turtling there with his BRB and everything. But then you got the juicy beam and the huge dice showed up, and you made a great play in realizing that you should not use Angela as a missile into this side and instead go get points. So bringing the huge rotation from you, following up on the huge attrition that was probably unexpected from you. That's just a great play. You had a plan, and it was a good one, and then you changed it to a better one when you saw what was happening, and ultimately it made it really hard for TG to battle back.
Yep.
Yeah, it's something that I've since playing Winter Garden. One of the reasons why I played Winter Garden in the first place was, coming into MCP, for the first year or so I played Magneto Brotherhood. And then I went into Guardians before Guardians got the change, and then almost for a year exclusively played Guardians. And for the most part, it's a beat 'em up, right? It's an attrition game. Obviously, with the addition of CGR, that made it even more attractive because they just all of a sudden got much better at beating people up. But I've been trying to, the old me would have probably not even seen the fact that there was 2 VPs on offer there, and ran Angela into the crowd, all swords flailing, trying to take down as many characters as possible. I'm always really, really cautious about priority, and it's something that I really tried to make sure I maintained throughout this game, because I just thought the moment Mikhail got priority, that changed things up hugely. I think I had a really big dice spike on, I want to say it was Groot, and I left him on 1 health, and I did have the ricochet.
Yeah.
But if I'd have followed it up and taken Groot down, it would have given him priority back, and I don't think that was the right move. I think keeping priority was more important in that position than killing Groot. And I knew Groot could walk onto my point with Taskmaster, but Taskmaster's an absolute beast, man. 2 power for an 8 dice attack that turns off his winging it tokens.
Yeah.
Is I think he's one of the most underrated 3 threats in the game at the moment.
You denied a lot of rerolls to TGLord between Angela's defensive suite and then TaskLord's offensive suite. That was it definitely panned well, showed up.
Yeah. The TGLord, you had the last activation with Star-Lord. Were you considering the hit and run play? Like, did you see the throw off of Comrade's Keeper coming, or were you really like banking on the 1 shot from the spender? What were your thoughts on that last activation on Star-Lord?
Actually, I read the card before the game too quick, and I thought that I need to be without 3 of Red Guardians.
Okay.
So
it was interesting because 1 more damage and you wouldn't have been thrown.
Yeah.
Quite the swing.
Yeah. If I kill him there, it's a tie game, I think, because he's not doing this one, and I made this one, so it will be 16-16.
Yeah, you really it was really interesting that Rich had such great early positioning turns, and that round 2 was phenomenal for him, and ultimately and netted with your rotations or your adjustments to where your characters were. I had the VP advantage until the round where Rich was able to take all the cubes practically, and so it was you played really well. Was this your first season?
No, it was my
Second.
third season. Yeah.
Third season. Or well, either way, making cuts is always like hard to do. Not very many people can do it, obviously, right? Like 10% of the field that plays in the leagues makes it. So I think you had a great showing this season. So hopefully we get to see you back next season.
Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that I made the cut, and I wish good luck to Rich for the rest.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Really appreciate it. I'm concerned now that people have seen me playing Winter Guard, and I may have to change it up for the next game, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's the flexibility.
TGR next game.
Yeah.
you only catch people out once. That's the problem, right? And that's the other great thing about these being streamed is people get to see what everybody else does. I know I watch them religiously just to see what everybody does as well. I just want to say thank you to Vodka Blitz as well. He was a great accuser. Are we calling them accusers still?
Yep.
Lucas, is that the right name? Yeah. Okay.
I'll take whatever nomenclature.
He was a great accuser. He kept us on the straight and narrow. Made some calls for us. So thank you to Vodka as well.
Yeah, thanks, Vodka.
All right, thanks guys. Have a great night, and congrats, Rich, for making to the top 16. Good luck next week.
Yep.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Good luck, Rich. Ciao, guys.